everybody, and today we're on another train journey, and today we'll be going to Guildford, and we're at Alton Station, which is my home station, and we're going to be first taking a trip on 450-102 for today's journey. And I just thought, before we go, we've got about 10 minutes, I thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of Alton Station. And this is the home of the watercress line, where it starts. And at the back there you've got some of the old carriages. And this is, I should actually say to you also that I forgot to mention to you that if I just rewind a bit, go backwards a bit, I don't know how good this is coming out. We've got the new footbridge here that's been recently sort of added. It's like a standard kind of SouthWest trains, well, it was a SouthWest trains kind of standard footbridge, because the footbridge down the end there that you can sort of see underneath, that's been condemned, so you can't use it anymore. So today we're going to be travelling on this 450 to Aldershot along the Alton branch, and then when we get to Aldershot we're going to change trains, and probably more than likely on a class 4, 5, 6 EMU for the short hop to Guildford. So here we are on board class 450-102. I just take you to the map again, and we are here, and this is the watercress line, the Alresford watercress line bit to Alton, and we're here, and so we're only going to go as far as Aldershot, and then when we get to Aldershot we're going to change, and then we're going to go onto another train to stop at Ash, Warnborough, and then finally Guildford. We're on the move now. So we're on a 4-coach class 450 today. I'm just sitting on the right hand side of the train, so you can see the coaches as we leave Alton. So this is all the stock for the Midhants Railway, based here in Alton. Breakdown crane. So like I said before, this is all single track down to Farnham, with a passing loop at Bentley Station. So join me later on the journey.
The next station is Aldershot. Change here for Ash, Warnborough and Guildford. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Leaving the train at Aldershot, please take care of the step, and please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. Thank you.
So here we are.
This train is for coaches.
See you later. When are you going to repaint that?
What?
When are you going to repaint it?
Oh, don't know, soon, hopefully.
See you soon. Cheerio. So here we are at Aldershot with a friendly driver. As it makes its way to London Waterloo via the same route and the same stops that I travelled on not so long ago when I put up the last video. So this is Aldershot. So just a little bit about Aldershot. we change here to go to Guildford, and it looks like that is going to be our next train, 450-084. I was hoping for a 456, but we'll go over across and see. So we're now on board another 450, as you just saw, and I was hoping for a 456 actually. I don't know if we'll get one on the way back or whether we'll see one in Guildford. We're now just about to leave. It's now due to leave actually quite lucky. It's literally just crossed the platform. I think the timetable's slightly wrong, because the timetable didn't mention this. It was supposed to leave at 12:24. But hey ho, at least we get going straight away. And there you go, there's the guard just... Oh no, just missed the train. No, never mind. I nearly missed it because I didn't realise this train was going. So anyway, we're just leaving Aldershot. So we'll follow the line just briefly, and then we'll diverge to the right towards Guildford as it branches off and curves around to the right. And we'll only be stopping at Ash, Warnborough and Guildford, so it's a very short journey. It's about, I think it's about half an hour, I think, according to the timetable. So as we cross over these points, it's only 15 miles an hour. I think it's miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. And then it will briefly go up.
Good afternoon, your guard speaking. Welcome on board. This is the South Western Railway service to Guildford, now calling it Ash, Warnborough and Guildford. Safety information is displayed throughout the train. Please keep all your personal belongings with you at all times. And if you see anything suspicious or anyone acting suspiciously, please report it to a member of staff. You can also text the British Transport Police on 61016. If you need any further assistance during your journey today, currently find me located towards the middle of this 4-coach train. I will be walking through during the journey, and you'll also find me on the platform at each station. This is the South Western Railway service to Guildford. The next station is Ash. Thank you.
So I haven't actually done this journey before. On the branch of the Alton line. So this is a bit of a first for me, although I have been to Ash before, as I used to drive a bus through Ash. So I know Ash very well, I know Aldershot very well, and Guildford, but usually I drive. But today I thought I'd take the train. It's another beautiful day, and I thought I'd show you what we'd see. Now we're just slowing up for the junction. Excuse me. As we'll be crossing over soon and leaving the Alton branch. And this will be a 15 mile an hour crossover. As you can see, we're just crossing off to the right.
The next station is Ash. Welcome aboard the Southwestern Railway service to Guildford, calling at Wanborough and Guildford. The next station is Wanborough. The next station is Wanborough. This is Wanborough. Welcome aboard the Southwestern Railway service to Guildford only.
So as you've just heard, our next stop is our final stop, which is Guildford. We've currently just left Warnborough, and between Ash and Guildford we share the same lines as the Reading to Gatwick branch of the First Great Western Railway, which is usually run by Class 166s, and in this direction that we're travelling in towards Guildford, it would be Gatwick bound that the First Great Western Railway services would use. So we're not too far off Guildford now. It's not very far. You may have noticed that there was a 456 that passed us on the way up. I'm hoping to get onto that on the way back and not travel on the 450. So hopefully we'll get a ride on that on the way back. On this service they usually use the class 456, but sometimes they do operate with the 450s on this route. We're descending to Guildford at the moment. There's a gradient, and then there'll be a speed reduction down to 30 miles an hour as we approach Guildford, as we round the right hand curve. As you can see by the houses, we're not too far off, we're just on the outskirts. Incidentally, those of you who own Train Simulator, you can actually get this route as a Portsmouth line updated.
Good afternoon, you can't speak. We'll shortly be arriving into Guildford where this train terminates. Please remember to take all your personal belongings with you when you leave the train. Don't leave any items unattended on the platform or anywhere in the station. Thank you for travelling with South Western Railway this afternoon. Next stop is Guildford where this train terminates.
So we're now on our right hand curve, as we'll be joining the main line, which will run from London Waterloo on the left hand side. As that comes into shot, I'll pan it round. As we're still descending into Guildford. As you can see, the main lines here, and these are the main lines from London. And if you go in the direction in which we're travelling in, it will take you towards Havant, Fretton, Portsmouth, Portsmouth and Southsea, Portsmouth Harbour.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. Change here for Woking, Haslemere, Petersfield, Portsmouth, Redhill, London Gatwick Airport and Reading.
So it's more than likely going to end up on platform 6 and 7, which is basically a single line into the two platforms. And this is where the train normally goes into from Aldershot as we approach Guildford. As you can see, some suburban stock over there. The suburban stock's usually painted in the red livery. And there's another one just over there with a 450. Oh, my apologies, it's a 444. Just leaving. So here we are, Guildford. So here we are, waiting on our return journey back to Aldershot and Alton. And I'm just standing on the edge on the end of platform 6. I'm just waiting for our train to come in. Now, I don't know if you can see in the far distance that the lines on the left are the lines that go up and take us back round to Warnborough and Ash and back to Aldershot, and then the lines on the right will take us back down to the main line towards London Waterloo. And we have some suburban stock here. Now, just to give you, those of you unfamiliar with railway signage, here's a great example here. Under the signal it says under normal circumstances it would be 40 miles an hour would be the maximum permitted speed. But at the moment there's a temporary speed restriction, as you can see here, of just 20. So it says 20, that's the speed. The R says it's been restricted, and the arrow is to say in which direction that the restriction is pointing. And as you can see, there's also some on this platform, and on platform number 3, I think it is 4 and 5, because we're on 6. So I'm not sure whether this is just to do with weekend engineering works. I know that they are running this weekend, and like I said, at the moment we've got some suburban stock just there, and we've got one just over there. So these tend to run the sort of local services. The blue ones tend to run sort of the mid-range services and some local services. And then you've got the 444s, which were painted in the white, which tended to be the more express services that they tended to use. However, I don't know when they repaint the South-Western livery. I don't know whether they all get painted up in the same colours or not. But here we are at Guildford. And you can hear the compressor going. And our train is just coming in, which is fantastic because it's the 456, which is what I've been waiting to go on. So it's just approaching us now. I haven't been on one of these for a very long time. And they're very few and far between. There are usually 2 coach sets, but generally speaking, they're usually running in multiples at the moment. So this may very well be a 4-car unit. So 2 456s put together And here it comes now. Yay, 456. So this will be my train back to Aldershot, and then when I get to Aldershot I'll probably jump on another 450 back to Alton. As you can see, this is 2 456s put together. And this will be our train back home.
Southwestern Railway service to Ascot. Calling at Wanborough, Ash, Aldershot, Ash Vale, Frimley, Camberley, Bagshot and Ascot.
So when it gets, what it will do, this 456 is it will run from from Wanborough to Ash to Aldershot, and then reverse at Aldershot to go back out to Ascot.
Ascot. Calling at Wanborough, Ash, Aldershot, Ash Vale, Frimley, Camberley, Bagshot and Ascot. The next station is Wanborough.
Customers for Basingstoke, Salisbury, Bournemouth and Weymouth should change at Woking. This train is formed of 8 coaches. Platform 5 for the 1302 Southwestern Railway service to London Waterloo
Here we go.
via Woking. Please stand clear from the train at platform 6. This train is ready to
Gosh, I haven't been on a 456 for a long, long time. I used to live in London, in Sydenham near Crystal Palace. I used to catch these all the time into London Bridge when it was painted up in the Network South East livery. So wide some suburban stock. I mean, this is great for railway modelling. I like seeing everything. The scenery, the rusted rails, the boxes, the speed restriction signs, as well as the temporary speed restriction signs. Got another suburban stock coming in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Scout speaking. Welcome aboard this Southwestern Railway service to Ascot. Ascot summer on land Ascot will be 1400. This information is displayed on coaches, and I ask passengers to keep the first lines at all times. And if you do see anything suspicious, please notify myself or anyone on the railway staff. I'm currently located towards the middle of the 4-coach train. However, if you require any assistance, you can find me on the platform at any station. We start off with the service. The next station.
So we're currently sharing this line with the first Great Western service. That would have come in from Gatwick, so we're heading towards the Reading. So we share it, like I said, from Guildford, Warnborough. T stands for terminating action, by the way, on the speed restriction, which is just there as we make our ascent. So yeah, the first Great Western line will diverge just past Ash when we make our turn towards Aldershot, and the first Great Western service will carry on to Reading straight ahead. So now approaching Warnborough, our first stop.
This is Wanborough. This train is for Ascot. The next station is Ash.
And there you go, there was a brief glimpse of the first Great Western 166, and that would have been heading towards Gatwick Airport. You can hear the compressor going. I love the sound of compressors on these 456s. It's like its heartbeat. That's just the door release sign or signal. Doors are now closing and we are ready to go. beautiful Hampshire countryside. Our next stop is Ash.
The next station is Ash. This is Ash. This train is for Ascot. The next station is Aldershot.
So about to cross the level crossing here at Ash before entering the station. I think I may have mentioned before. I used to drive a bus through Ash, the 41, which used to start at Ash. And I used to get stuck at these zebra crossings all the time. It was a bane. I used to get stuck here for ages. As you can see, level crossing. There goes the compressor again. So this is the last stop that we share with the first Great Western service. We're about to bear left and head towards Aldershot, and the lines going off to the right will be the lines that will go off to Reading on the first Great Western services, usually served by Class 166s. So at this point, we'll be diverging off and slowing up now. Get the train slowed down to 15 as we make the left-hand turn. Here we go. So straight down there is where the first Great Western services go towards Reading. We're just turning off to the left here, towards Aldershot, 15 miles an hour. That's number 456. So we're about to rejoin the main branch from London Waterloo that comes up towards Alton. So just rounding this curve, I'm about to join. As you can see, those lines in the electrical substation. And those are the lines that go off towards London Waterloo. So we'll be soon approaching Aldershot. So once the back end of the train's cleared, which it seems like it's cleared now, We should be able to speed up to about 50 towards Aldershot. And then once this train gets to Aldershot, it'll be going to Ascot, so it will backtrack along these lines back towards Ashvale and then diverge from Ashvale towards Ascot. It's number 456. The 456s were originally networked South East livery. They got passed over to Southern, and then they all got moved over to SouthWest trains, and they tend to use the 456s on these services here. I'm not sure if all of them are on these services, but they tend to use a lot of them on these services. So I've expected to go into platform number 2. And this is Aldershot. So we'll have to change here to continue our onward journey to Alton. And as you can hear, the compressor's going again. So this train will now backtrack to Ashvale before diverging off towards Ascot. Speak to you soon. Here's my ride home. Yay, bye-bye. So that's one's London bound. This is what we've just come on from Aldershot. And this is sunny Alton.